once I get my feet in this end zone, no one can STOP. Can to make a scene like a movie, feeling big, keep it juicy before we start getting unruly. I've been hooping like a hoolie, keep it coolie before I stuff you in a locker like a bully. Like a bully. Put in the work, you can see my fingernail dirt. I'm the last one to leave, even when I come first. Yeah, you might want it bad, but I'm sure I want it worse. I'ma do it cause I love it, I'ma love it till it hurts. What's the worst that can happen, Captain? I'm strapped in, no I'm not crazy, I'm just tapped in. Hungry like a fashion, I'm about that action, no slacking. Well, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, cause here come the pain. No one to call up for help, no one to blame but yourself. You should've known better, however you did it, so we had to come ring your bell. Like I need a award, wait until I score, make it rain till it pour. I'm a dog on fours, put in work like a chore till I'm underneath the floor, in the trenches like a war. If they wanna give them more, when I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Fourth down, 4 yards, put it all on the line. I am not worried cause it is our time. I hear the crowd in the background, man, they just wanna see me shine. For the hell of it, it's irrelevant. You lacking the intelligence to make it make sense. We gon' manifest whatever we came to get. That's a little money and a trophy and nothing they gon' respect. We don't care who the best, we don't worry who was next. We gon' put them boys to rest like a Tempur-Pedic to bed. I'm ahead of the rest like I came without a net. They gon' say it under breath, I'ma say it with my chest. I got it wrapped like a toga, put the whole team on my shoulders. Hold up, wake these boys up, call me soldier, flow feeling colder, so call it polar. You don't wanna box me, I'm feeling cocky, hair stocky, leave 'em floppy, face naughty, talking all aki, stinky big poppy, then I'll chop 'em down like karate. I see none of you here can stop me, it's obvious, you too sloppy, cheap copy, I'm Rocky, leave his eyes all glossy, but in the end zone is where you can spot when I touch down.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06, welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. Now this defense for the Commanders is terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Gone. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 23.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Open man is the tight end, John Bates. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They'll go again with Gibson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz dancing to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw complete there to Beckham. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that will bring up second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Throwing again on second down. Goff, the quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
You got to give some credit there. Able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Throwing on third. Goff. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Trying to run in inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal.
Wentz going to throw.
They're looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this?
He's got a man, complete. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with it, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wentz.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Hey, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Williams to return. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Go off a handoff here to Swift.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Goff on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the... They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback.
And boy, that's going to be close. He didn't get much at all there, but he got the first. Looked like they might have held him defensively, but the referee signals it will be a first down.
In lieu of the sneak on 4th and inches, they just say, give it to the big man in the backfield.
Yeah, fullback no less. Not many of those left in the NFL, but for those that have one, perfect time to use them, perfect time to get it done.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. The Lions at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Commanders are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play.
7-7, our score.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
A gain there of 21 yards.
I certainly felt for Sam Howell watching him fall from a possible first-round pick at one point all the way to day 3 of the draft, but it's just extra fuel for a guy now who drew comparisons to some of the league's most fiery competitors at quarterback. When he gets into a tough spot, Howell knows how to create and make some impressive reads and also some impressive runs. And I think that's how he'll succeed as an NFL quarterback.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Logan Thomas was an interesting name to watch coming into 2021, but injuries limited him to just 6 games. If he can stay on the field, Washington really likes what he can do coming off of his breakout in 2020. There's a first down catch right there.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second down and 5. Howell looking to throw again.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
from the 31. Powell, that's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. Howell's going to throw it. Got an open man. Finds Gibson. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Gibson going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers, but in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Wentz going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. They'll try to run it with Gibson, and he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Sly on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score. Commanders 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover and put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. The Goff's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. Here's Goff. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
A loss of 10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Hold on. Check. Obama.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sand. So we've reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
These two coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0. But who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
50 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Wentz now on first down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop it.
Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback. That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
To throw, it's Wentz.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by Mike Hughes. 30. 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions. Touchdown.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game?
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize. Put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Gibson here running out of the gun. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the commanders jumped. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Howell, he'll look to throw it. Complete, it's Dotson. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
Howell down to throw it. Flushed out right. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Cyber on for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And here comes Danny Johnson now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hand.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They think they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
On 2nd and 9, Goff throws out left. It's caught by Williams. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out, and a 5-yard penalty. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Now Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
60. And the Lions get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 40.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Ed one told me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
And the Washington first down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch it. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Going right back to Dotson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
22 yards. And the Commanders first down.
Now Wentz. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch.
Wentz's pass complete to Logan Thomas. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 35-yard line.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Wentz now to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
From the red zone now, Wentz. They'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case,
under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. And the Lions are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for them. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it all.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
When you think of guys that are built to be big-arm quarterbacks, Jared Goff, he fits that mold, and he showed it off right there.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Looking to throw again on second down. Goff. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And he is going to have the Lions first down as they get 4 there on 4th and inches.
A first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Now back to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Powell to throw.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
Slide for the PAT.
He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So the clock shows 55 seconds to play as they line up for a critical onside kick. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And this will be covered up by the Lions, and that might just about seal the deal. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL?
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
So now following the sack, often the Lions needed to come up with something here on 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here comes Swift.
And he's got room. Past the 20. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Makes the score Lions 35, Commanders 21.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Will take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Lions come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
Well, Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Detroit, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah. You're in the presence of the realest essence of been served and lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cypress block, young buck, holding the like we knew it all, not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, to look back and do it all. I can remember